Так, а, здравствуйте, дорогие зрители, слушатели, фанаты, подписчики и даже мимо проходящие зрители. Спасибо, что зашли. Это игровой стрим на канале Кинофинт. Продолжаем проходить игру «Бесконечное путешествие». Сегодня 7-й стрим. Если вы по каким-то причинам пропустили предыдущие, то заходите на дополнительный канал. Ссылка есть под каждым роликом, включая этот. Вот, есть дополнительный канал, там архив всех игровых трансляций. На основном канале их вы практически не найдете. Вот. Но, тем не менее, они существуют, с ними все хорошо. Проходите, смотрите. Вот, пока мы не начали активно, мы еще подождем сейчас пару-тройку минут. Я и так очень долго собирался сегодня. Сегодня среда. 31 августа, и это, возможно, одна из самых необычных недель
Бесконечность не предел.
за последнее время. Вот, я сейчас прохожу обучение по, ну, так сказать, обучение на умение анализировать канал на Ютубе. То есть, как ни странно, вот такой вот курс я прохожу сейчас. Казалось бы, 7 лет на Ютубе, а нет, я много чего не знал. И за эти вот несколько дней я кое-что удивился, узнав. Вот, поэтому не знаю насчет роликов на этой неделе. Возможно, не будет ни хрена. Вот, обещать не буду, друзья, поэтому потерпите, мы обязательно с роликами вернемся. Вот сейчас я бросил все силы туда, вот я буквально полчаса назад сдал ДЗ по курсу, то есть там каждый день надо что-то сдавать. Обязательно расскажу как-нибудь, когда все это закончится, я обязательно расскажу вообще, что это был за курс и какие выводы можно было сделать. Вот, Маяк Бесконечности прислал 100 рублей, бесконечность не предел. Спасибо за 100 рублей и отдельно за покрытие комиссии. Маяк Бесконечности, мы вас знаем. Мы вас знаем, ВХСник. Спасибо, что пришел. Вот. И поскольку сегодня мы начали поздно, я не знаю, насколько мы сегодня сможем долго играть, поэтому, наверное, стоит начинать. Потому что я не уверен, что надолго. Это все, возможно, это супер короткий стрим будет. Вот. Так. Как всегда. Оп. Оп. Да, соответственно, друзья, если вы смотрите в прямом эфире и не видите своих сообщений в чате здесь, внизу, то, возможно, вы не пишете эти сообщения где? Правильно, на основном канале на Ютубе. Возможно, вы смотрите меня ВКонтакте. Вот, тогда просьба вам переходить на YouTube чат и комментировать там, тогда ваши сообщения, вот, видите, все работает. Вот, ВХСник, спасибо, что зашел, и спасибо, что проверил, что сообщения работают. Вот, так что, да, приходите, пишите ваши замечательные сообщения. Вот, а если вы смотрите нас на Твиче, ну, не знаю, ребят, я вам в прошлый раз сочувствовал, в этот раз даже не знаю, есть ли смысл это делать. Да, кстати, кто устал от жары, я поздравляю, лично у меня дома похолодало. Я вот сижу, аж кофту накинул, ну, потому что окно открыто, я проветриваю. Вот, жара спала, отдохнем, выдохнем, месяцок остался и будет отопительный сезон, скорее всего. Так, мы, по-моему, где-то здесь остановились, насколько я помню. На каком-то острове. И куда мне надо, я не помню. Мы можем почитать, наверное, дневник. Земля трясется. Так, чувакам... Так. Ага. Я узнал, почему остров весь трясется. Это не вулкан какой-нибудь, а храп огромного великана. Он усиливается благодаря статуям, телефонам, расставленным по всему острову. Пока он храпит, никто не может работать, а это нехорошо. Так, что нам надо? То есть мне разбудить этого великана к Амана? Как разбудить? Без понятия. Наверное, нужно воспользоваться этими самыми телефонами. Остров дырок. Да. Такой вот остров интересный. Так. Там, кстати, Синкин Айленд. Подождите, что Синкин Айленд? Синкин Сити по скидке сегодня, по-моему. Причем по какой-то хорошей такой скидке, если кто хотел взять. Ну, я надеюсь, что вы смотрите, если в прямом эфире, то молодцы. А если вы смотрите в записи, то я надеюсь, что вы не сильно отдалились от 31 августа 2022 года. Может быть, в Стиме вы еще успеете на эту скидку. Так. Да.
I should just go talk to the guy in person.
С этими чубриками надо еще поболтать.
Later, guys. He's a stick man. He's a stick man. He's a stick man.
О! Орбалет.
It's a big wooden crossbow, I guess. I wonder who built it and what it's for. It's a wooden crossbow. It's a wooden crossbow. It's a wooden crossbow. If I could somehow get across to that path on the other side, I'd probably be able to make my way into the Elation village. If I could somehow get across to that path on the other side, I'd probably be able to make my way into the Elation village. Who built that big crossbow in the tree?
I did. Well, I thought of it. And these two nincompoops gave a helping twig on the manual side.
So they built it, and you supervised?
Yep, but it's not done. There are still a few pieces missing before we can blast off for Luna.
На Луну.
Did you say blast off for Luna?
That's what I said, Luna.
As in the moon?
The same.
You intend to go to the moon using that thing?
Lunar cannon. And yes, that's the plan.
You guys are loonies!
If by loonies you mean visionaries, then yes, we are.
How come you're not working on your lunar cannon now?
Because of that infernal noise is why.
But Kwame has moved back to the Orlowal village. He's not going to disturb you again, trust me.
Really? How the heck did that happen? Nah, I don't care. The important thing is we can work again. Thanks, lady.
Побрели. Какие же они не быстрые. Что, собрали, не?
Can't talk. Busy.
I look like a real sailor. According to Wick, how's it going?
Almost there. Oh, one tiny little problem, though.
And that is?
We don't have a bowstring for our,
Propulsion drive mechanism, Wick.
what he said, yeah, we need a bowstring. Something strong and flexible and sinewy.
Like what?
I don't know, lady. I'm no engineer. I'm just a supervisor.
String made from animal guts would be perfect.
Yeah, but look at us. Do we look like the kind of stickmen who'd make good hunters? Do you see me going after a gate beast carrying what? A cone? A dry leaf sharpened to a razor edge?
Wick's busy working on the cannon. How's it going?
Nah, we're missing a bowstring. Can't finish the job without it.
Палки на работу,
String
да?
made from animal guts would be perfect.
Ну что, тебе веревку дать? На. Или эту взять, удочку вон там, у этого чувака. Да, сумею поносить?
Hello, Quammen.
Hello, April.
Can I borrow your fishing rod?
Quaman must catch fish first, so he can eat. After Quaman catch fish, April can borrow fishing rod.
What did you need to make a lure again?
Anything, as long as it be colorful and not get heavy in water.
Happy fishing.
Thank you.
Так.
Could this wrapper work as a lure?
Yes. Yes, with some work. It'd be perfect for a lure. Now Quaman can make one, and hopefully catch many fish.
Тут проблема с переводом. Бесцветный, наоборот, цветной. Получается.
Did my lure work okay?
It'd be working very good. Quaman catch a large, tasty fish very quickly. April be wanting a taste?
No. No offense. I'm just not too fond of seafood.
This not be seafood. It be human food.
Люди сразу мне начинают писать, как только вот весь вечер сидел. Никто ничего не пишет. Нет, вот как только стрим начинается, надо обязательно начать писать в этот момент. Так.
What's Quamman gonna be doing now?
Quamon be sitting here until the sun sets. Then he be going to sleep.
And tomorrow?
Quamon be deciding that when he wakes up in the morning.
Man, you got relaxing down to a fine art.
Quamon not be knowing anything about fine art. He be a Philistine.
I'll see you later, Quamman.
So will I. Goodbye.
Сейчас, секундочку. Так, ладно.
I don't figure I'll be needing the rod anytime soon, but I'll borrow the line.
О, все, ограбили.
Looks like Quamman just had himself a solid lunch. That was quick. There are only bones left of his catch.
Блин, рыбёхой чуть захотелось поесть. Я поел. Всем интересно поговорить со знаменитым калужским господином Либидо. Да, Либидо. Можно так и записать там еще себе. Там этот... подкастер, кинокритик, автор и ведущий канала. Калужский господин Либидо, да? Что там, обладатель чего там? Хрустальной совы, если ее дали. Я, правда, не знаю, дали, не дали. Так.
Can you use this as bowstring for your, lunar cannon?
Let me see that. Oh yeah, that gonna work good.
All right, listen up. I got us what we need. And now we finish this damn cannon. Go to work, people. Give us a few minutes, lady, and we'll be all done.
Что-то чинят. Так ощущение, что они просто друг друга молотят.
It worked.
Of course it worked, you wood-brained fool. I built it.
Are you done?
Yes, ma'am. The lunar cannon is now ready to be tested.
Well,
Well, what?
are you gonna do it?
Do what?
Test the cannon.
Me? And get myself killed? I think not. But go
Привет,
ahead, be
Жень.
my guest.
I don't think I'll fit in there.
That ain't my problem.
Че, Жень, ты прошла стрейты, нет? Или еще в процессе?
Yup, the cannon is done. I feel like sleeping for a year or two.
Hey, all done. And Wick did absolutely nothing. As usual, aside from shouting a lot and kicking mine in
Фабиан
Buenos Aires.
Цецен, привет.
It's the Stickman's lunar cannon.
Как играется? Да ничего, ничего. Тут нейросеть подтянула игру хорошенько. То есть игра 99-го года, ну, смотрится очень хорошо. Поэтому да. Ну, с переводом тут, конечно, проблема. Но так, если чуть-чуть знать английский, на слух его воспринимать, то в целом эти огрехи можно просить. Ну и, в принципе, перевод достойный. Это старая фаргусская версия.
Can I test the cannon?
Be my guest.
It's the Stickman's lunar cannon. It's the Stickman's lunar cannon. Can I test the cannon?
Be my guest.
И что мне делать-то в итоге? Немного осталось. Думаю, в следующем стриме закончу. Там баг словил очередной. Решил в следующий раз попробовать. Понятно. Новая игра, да. Могут быть баги. Блин.
Without a hook, there's not much point in shooting the rope across. It's not going to tie itself to the tree.
Без крюка мало смысла. Крюк нужен, да? О, есть.
I'll just place the hook along the bowstring, like so, and let the rope trail behind it. Okay, we're ready to fire.
Хотел бы узнать, что думаешь о Доме Дракона, если смотрел. Не смотрел я Дом Дракона. По-хорошему, мне надо посмотреть сегодня и завтра обе серии, потому что в пятницу у меня интервью по этим Драконам. Вот. Я попытался сегодня, посмотрел, наверное, минут 10 или 15. Конечно, очевидно, что сериал рассчитан для тех, кто смотрел «Игру престолов». Надеюсь, такие есть среди вас. Вот. Но, к сожалению, таких нет среди меня. Поэтому у меня будет уникальнейший опыт и соответствующее мнение об этом сериале от человека, который не смотрел «Игру престолов». Вот. Нет, Дом... ну, то есть я так смотрю, начал смотреть, то есть вроде ничего. Вот, у меня возникло... Вот, опять же, давайте я прям быстренько скажу мнение по тем 10-15 минутам, которые я посмотрел. У меня возникло ощущение, что в HBO пришел какой-то продюсер Netflix и всех их покусал. Вот. И... Потому что... Вот то, как этот... Как этого актера-то зовут? Мэтт Смит, который играл Доктор Кто. Вот, он там сидит такой на троне, и такой, я такой думаю, ребята, где вы таких персонажей взяли? Ну, типа, почему они у вас так странно выглядят? Это, вот у Netflix, кстати, вот удивительно, у Netflix, опять же, это же HBO, ребята, да? Вот, а то я сейчас все под Netflix сейчас это подпихну, как и Мандалорец в свое время. Нет. У Netflix какая-то странная манера. Они почему-то, когда у них есть первоисточник, они его берут и в итоговом продукте, который делают они по первоисточнику, они все переворачивают. Ну, то есть не переворачивают, скажем так, сильно интерпретируют. То есть так, что ты смотришь такой, думаешь, зачем это сделано? Исключений, наверное, я знаю только два. То есть Аркейн, в принципе, я так понимаю, ну, я так чуть-чуть его посмотрел, одну серию. Аркейн, но я не знаком с Лолом, поэтому мне тяжело судить, но я слышал, что все правильно сделали. И Cuphead. Вот. То есть, типа, у них получилось. То есть, там испоганить особо нечего, да. Все остальное, это почему-то все сильно по мотивам. Вот. Ты еще не видел, как выглядит Вескер. Ну, почему же? Я скриншоты видел. Вот. Поэтому такое странное у меня будет мнение. Скорее всего, я посмотрю Дом этих драконов. Обязательно. Вот, потому что надо. Сейчас просто вот Фабин Цецин просто пропустил или пропустила, не знаю, как правильно, начало стрима. Я там сказал, что я сейчас, к сожалению, очень занят. Мне прям правда некогда даже посмотреть одну серию сериала. Вот для стрима нашел время. То есть я решил, что как бы стрим я обещал, поэтому лучше пусть он будет. А сериал, ну, может, завтра я воткнусь, как-то посмотрю. Пропустил стаканчик, да. Вот, так что да, обязательно. Насчет обзоров не знаю. Может быть, не будет. Ну, в плане на дом драконов, хрен его знает, нужен ли он. Этот обзор. С обзорами надо вообще как-то быть, наверное, не столь часто все это делать.
Can I test the cannon?
Be my guest.
Ну что, в итоге-то мы полетели, не? Ой, очень экзотичный способ перемещаться. Удачи в интервью. Да, спасибо. Но я его перевыложу. То есть он будет либо на основном канале, либо на дополнительном. Так что подписывайтесь. Вот. Оформляйте это, да. Да, у меня, кстати, вообще сегодня только заметил. У меня появились спонсоры на ВК. То есть там, короче, подписались, доны, короче, появились на ВКонтакте, на Бусти, по-моему, нет, или, во всяком случае, не обновился еще. Вот, поэтому, да, друзья, подписывайтесь на Бусти, порекламирую немножечко. Вот, подписывайтесь на Бусти, если хотите поддержать. Ну вот, такие дела. Так, ты что, спонсорку Ютуба мы просрали? Удачно.
Can you help me across?
You are human, and we don't allow human strangers into our village. If you wish to trade, let us know where your ship is anchored, and we will send traders to you with our merchandise.
I don't have a ship, and I didn't come here to trade. I came to talk to your leaders.
I'm sorry, but we don't allow strangers into our village.
Is there another way to get into the volcano?
No. This pass is the only way.
What's up this road?
The Elation village of Tamar.
Where's the Elation village of Tamar?
Up this road and into the volcano.
Isn't it dangerous to live inside a volcano?
This volcano has not erupted for thousands of years, and the gods protect us. We are safe here.
Actually, I am a trader.
Where is your ship anchored?
In, Coconut Grove?
There is no coconut grove on Elias.
So, I'm not a trader, but I am a friend of the Elation people.
We don't know you. There is no friendship between strangers, human.
Don't your people have a prophecy about a stranger who comes without a ship, or something like that?
I don't know of any prophecies, human.
Какого-то не особо интеллигентного чувака поставили охранять. Ну, хотя, с другой стороны, что ему, какая ему разница?
What kind of prophecies do you know about?
We don't tell our stories to strangers.
Правильно, нефиг.
I'm sure there's a secret cave somewhere that leads into the volcano.
No, there isn't.
There's always a secret cave.
Not here.
Are you absolutely sure there's no secret cave?
Human, you talk too much, even for an elation.
Thank you.
Yes, but you must leave now.
I guess he's not around. I should try again later. Thank you.
Yes, but you must leave now.
There's a slight updraft here. The wind is channeled through that chasm down there and blown out and up here.
Угу. Значит, этим как-то можно воспользоваться. А, ну правильно, у меня же есть этот зелье легкости. Сейчас мы его...
Oh, God, I think I'm gonna throw up. That was so not appetizing. Weirdest thing, though, I do feel lighter. Like I lost 90 pounds. I can't even imagine what people would pay for this stuff back home. Whoa, I'm Not. I guess I still weigh too much to be carried on that slight updraft.
Еще? Зелье ветра?
I'll save it for when I really need it.
А, все, я всадил весь, больше нету.
I guess he's not around. I should try again later. It's a leathery creature with wings, like a mix between a giant bat and a pterodactyl. It must be one of the elation. It looks more like a warrior than a storyteller, though. I hope it speaks English. I mean, Altung. Whoa, I'm Not. I guess I still weigh too much to be carried on that slight updraft. I'll save it for when I really need it. Thank you.
Yes, but you must leave now.
Угу. Я уйти-то не могу, получается.
Whoa, I'm Not. I guess I still weigh too much to be carried on that slight updraft. Whoa, I'm Not. I guess I still weigh too much to be carried on that slight updraft.
Непонятно. Непонятно.
I'll save it for when I really need it. It's a wooden flute. I can use it to call Crow if he's around.
М.
That's the last of it, unfortunately. Ah!
Смотри так.
Human, you flew across the chasm. You don't have wings, but still, you
Взятку
fly like the
предлагал,
elation.
но не дал, да.
Believe me, I'm as shocked as you are.
Are you the Windbringer?
Yes, I am.
This is an exciting day.
Remind me again who the Windbringer is.
It's said that someone not of the elation shall come among us to float on the wind like an elation, to learn our stories, to bring the wind back to us.
Оказывается,
and
он
to bring
знает
us into
какие-то
a new
сказания,
and happier
предания.
age.
Is that all? You know, I'm starting to forget how simple my life used to be. Family, friends, grades, boys, no prophecies, nobody looking to me for salvation.
I don't understand, Windbringer. You should speak with our teller up in the city. She'll be wanting to see you, I'm sure. We've waited for the Windbringer for a very long time.
The teller? Thanks.
No, Windbringer, thank you.
Hello.
Good day, stranger. What would you hear among the elation?
I need to speak with the teller.
The teller? Go down into the city and you will see the castle.
Привет, Ален.
The teller, she keeps to the tower. She's old and her eyes don't take well to the sun.
Hello.
Did you
Be careful, don't come too close. I'm almost done with this pot.
Sorry.
Are you here to buy pottery? I didn't think traders were allowed up here.
No, I came to speak with your teller.
Really? I didn't know the teller spoke with anyone from the outside. You must be a very special girl.
Supposedly. My name's April, by the way.
Nima is my name. Nima of Ta'ama. The only elation village on Alace.
I like your pottery.
It's our craft. That and storytelling. But storytelling can't buy merchandise or food.
I know a lot of people who live by telling stories, although I guess that's kind of different.
They are lucky then. Not that I don't enjoy making pottery. It's good to feel the wet clay between my claws, to shape it into whatever I wish. It's almost like creating a new life, I think. I don't have a husband yet, so I haven't tried. Have you? Do you have a husband and children?
Neither, thank God. I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
I was 18 turnings this spring. I'm ready for a husband, but I've yet to court anyone who could make me soar on the winds. I think the men of Ta'ama are dull and timid.
What about the guard on the road below the village? He's our age, isn't he?
Isom? He's quite pretty, and his wings are big, but I don't think he likes me. He never looks at me or talks to me.
That doesn't mean anything. He could just be shy.
Maybe you could talk to him, find out who he likes, but don't say I sent you.
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you, April.
Thank you, Nima.
You're welcome, April.
Halt! Who would visit the teller?
I'm the Windbringer.
The Windbringer? You are not the Windbringer. Are you?
How else would I have been able to get up here? I am the Windbringer.
If so, you must prove that you are of the elation. There are 4 tales from the 4 corners of the world that you must know by heart. They are the tale of winds, the tale of stars, the tale of sea, and the tale of homecoming. I will ask you one question from each tale, and you
Давайте.
must answer each correctly,
Попробуем.
or you cannot be the windbringer. Are you ready?
Yes, ask me the
Задавай мне
questions.
вопросы.
In the tale of winds, which mountain did Iguana fall from in her vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else?
Че, угораете, что ли? Это какие-то дерьмовые вопросы. Мне кажется, тут нет правильного ответа. Что-то не было там такого, по-моему.
I have no idea.
Then you should pay more attention to the tale next time. Come back when you are prepared, and not before.
А как я подготовлюсь-то? Мне где надо узнавать эти ответы на вопросы? Он что-то знает?
Hi there. What you doing?
Playing?
Yeah, what are you playing?
Nothing. My daddy's in the castle watch. He's allowed to sharpen his claws.
Really? My daddy owns a farm.
Yeah? Do you have animals there?
Sure. He has some cows and some horses and...
What's cows and horses?
Well, cows are big, brown, fat animals with 4 legs and white spots. And they go moo a lot.
And horses?
Horses are fun to be around. They run really fast and they can jump over tall fences and they look beautiful and graceful. But the best thing about horses is that you can ride them.
I can run fast, too. But I can't fly yet. My wings aren't fully formed. But when I grow up, I'll fly far away and see everything. I'll go see our horses.
That would be nice. My name's April. What's yours?
Saina, will you be my friend, April?
Of course, Saina, as long as you promise to be my friend.
I promise.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Yes, my mommy taught me the tale of the stars. It's a really pretty story. Do you want me to tell it?
Please, Saina, I would like that very much.
Okay.
Так.
This is my tale, the tale of stars, and I tell it to you in my own words, as it was told to me by my teacher in her words. In the small village of Jinjay near the rumbling hills of Onion, there lived a girl called Mona. She was a curious girl, and she would always get in the way of grown elation. Go play somewhere else, they would say to Mona, but she didn't want to play with the other children. She wanted to be where the grown-ups were, to see what they were doing, and learn from them. But one day, after getting many complaints from the pottery makers and guardsmen and traders and soldiers in the village, Mona's mother told her that she wasn't to interfere with the grown-ups anymore, and that instead she could go play with the other children, or sit still and draw or work with clay. But Mona was always curious, and now, since she wasn't to be among the grown elation anymore, she decided to go exploring the forest that lay just outside of the village of Jinjay. She had many times been forbidden to enter the forest because it could be a dangerous place, but Mona was very curious. Of course, she wasn't planning on going far into the forest, but then her eye caught sight of a white fluff-tail hopping through the tall grass, and Mona, curious as ever, gave chase. The Flufftail ran away into the forest, and Mona followed, blind to where she was going and interested only in catching the white Flufftail so that she could keep it as a pet. But then, after a good while, the Flufftail disappeared into a hole in the ground, leaving Mona alone in a small clearing, somewhere deep inside the forest. She was exhausted after running after the Flufftail for so long, and as she looked around the clearing at the unfamiliar trees and flowers, she realized that she hadn't been paying attention to where she was going. Not for the first time, her curiosity had gotten the better of her, but this time it was serious. Mona was too young to fly, and she had very little sense of direction, and chasing the white Flufftail had made her dizzy and tired. It was getting darker, and Mona was all alone in the deep, dangerous forest, too sleepy and too scared to be able to go anywhere. Mona curled up with her wings wrapped around her under the leaves of a tree and began crying. Soon it got really dark, and somewhere, not far away, wolves started howling at the moon. Mona was so scared she was petrified, but after a while her exhaustion got the better of her, and she fell asleep. She woke up when she heard a voice calling her from somewhere far above. Looking up at the starry sky, Mona saw a vision of the spirits of 5 tellers gazing down at her. "You have let your curiosity lead you astray," said one. "You are lost, and you deserve to be lost," said another. "Poor little girl," said a third. "We will help you home," said a fourth. "But remember this," said the 5th spirit. "We will lead you back to your village and to your mother only if you promise us one thing." "I promise," said Mona. "Whatever it is, I promise I will do it." "Very well," said the 1st spirit. "You will make the story of this night into your own tale, and you will call it the Tale of Stars." "It will be a tale to warn the curious to be careful," continued the 3rd spirit, "and to not let their curiosity get the better of them. And," said the 2nd spirit, "to remind the elation that the spirits of their tellers watch out for them when they most need it." And so the spirits of the 5 tellers guided Mona through the forest, and by dawn she was home. And Mona did tell her tale, the Tale of Stars, to everyone in the village, so that everyone would remember that the curious must be cautious, and that the spirits of the tellers are always watching. This was my tale, the Tale of Stars, and I told it in my own words as my teacher did to me.
That was a beautiful tale, Saina.
Thank you.
Do you know where the teller lives?
Over there in the castle tower. My daddy's watching the entrance so that only nice people can get in.
Do you think he'll let me in?
I don't know if you're nice, but you have to ask my daddy.
Where are the other children in your village?
Oh, they're in school now.
And why aren't you in school?
Because I'm ahead of everyone else. I'm really smart, you know. I'm the only youngling to have learned the first tale this soon. So some days, I get to do what I want. It's a little boring, though. I wish I was in school. At least there I could sing and play and jump around with all the other children.
Why don't you go to school anyway?
Because they say I would just distract the other children who are still learning their first tales. It's not fair. I mean, I get to play by myself and everything, but that's not fun all day. And my mommy's working on her pottery at home, and she doesn't want me disturbing her because she might make a mistake. But the day after tomorrow, I get to go back to school, because then we're going to learn some more flying lessons. They're always a lot of fun, and I'm getting pretty good at that too.
I bet. I wish I had wings like you do.
Yes, they're very good to have when you fly.
Have fun, Saina.
Are you leaving?
Yes, I'm sorry, but there are some things I have to do.
Grown-ups are always too busy.
Так, ну про звезды мы послушали. Может, пригодится сейчас. Или он сейчас начнет спрашивать какую-то чушь опять не про звезды.
Are you ready for the questions now?
Yes, ask me the questions.
In the Tale of Winds, which mountain did Iwana fall from in her vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else?
I have no idea.
Then you should pay more attention to the tale next time. Come back when you are prepared and not before.
Короче, я понял. Тут, видимо, у всех надо поспрашивать про вот эти дела. И запомнить. Так. Ну.
Hi, Mima.
Hi, April.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
I had to learn the tale of homecoming. It took a long time, but I think I got it now. I'm better with pottery than I am with the
Ну,
tales,
давайте послушаем,
unfortunately.
хорошо.
Do you want to hear it?
Please.
Very well. This is the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I shall tell it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher, in her words, and by her teacher in turn. Moran was a handsome young Elation man with strong wings and a hardy beak. He lived below the white cliffs, where the water was salty and the fish plentiful. Moran was betrothed to Inara, the loveliest girl there ever was. She was fair and slender and tall, and her eyes were the clearest shade of blue. But Moran was hesitant to enter into union with Inara, to become her husband and to give her children. He would always come up with a new excuse for why they had to wait a little while longer. Now, Inara was skilled at pottery, but even more so with stories, and the teller of the village had many times asked Inara to be her apprentice, to learn all the tales, so that someday she could take over as the teller. But Inara refused, knowing that if she did accept the teller's offer, she would never be able to marry Moran, because a teller cannot have a husband nor children of her own. Her refusal to become the teller's apprentice was unheard of, because who could refuse such an honor? But to Inara, love was more important. Her love for Moran was beyond honor, beyond reason. But despite Inara's love, Moran was still hesitant. And then one day he told Inara, "I am traveling on a pilgrimage to the far shores. I will be gone for some time, and while I am traveling, and in accordance with our traditions, I will be freed from our betrothal. Not until I come back will the bond between us be renewed." It was not unusual for a young Elation man at that time to go on a pilgrimage, and the bond between the betrothed would often be cut while he was away, to be formed again upon his return. But Inara was heartbroken, because she had thought that Moran would soon want to marry her. When Moran saw her tears, he said to her, "Do not weep. When I come back, I promise I will marry you. Just wait for me, and stay with your pots, to make the time pass quickly." And then Moran left on his pilgrimage to the far shores. Many years went by, and Moran had exciting adventures on the far shores. But by and by, he began to long for home, and for Inara, and now he had finally realized that he loved her, and that he wanted to marry her. But when he returned, he could not find Inara amongst the pot makers. He went to visit her family, and they told him that, after waiting for many years, Inara accepted the teller's offer of apprenticeship. And that when the teller left on the last wind during the previous winter, Inara herself became the new teller. Angry, Moran made his way to the teller's nest, and when he saw Inara, he said to her, "You promised me you would wait." But Inara did not say a single word in answer. She just turned around and lifted something wrapped in leaves from the cot behind her and gave it to Moran. Moran unwrapped the package, and inside he found an old pot, cracked and broken in two. "What is this pot?" he asked. "And why did you not wait for me like I asked you to?" And finally Inara spoke, and she said to Moran, "I made this pot for you, my dear Moran, when you left, because I wanted it to be my marriage gift to you. But when many, many years passed, I finally realized that you did not love me the way I loved you, and to live hoping otherwise would be death. But I want to marry you, cried Moran. I came back. But Inara just nodded at the broken pot in Moran's hands and said, like an old pot that is left without care, a heart may break in two, and a broken heart can never be mended. And so Inara turned away, never to speak with Moran again, and Moran's heart, like the pot that was left untended, broke in two, because absence makes a heart brittle. This was the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I told it in my own words as told to me by my teacher, and as I will tell it to my student when the time comes.
Bye, Nima.
Goodbye, April.
Это все равно не та история-то. Это не та история, которую мы ищем.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Mine is the tale of sea, human.
Давай.
Would you mind telling it to me?
I would be happy to do so. This is the tale of sea, told in my own words, as it was told to me by my teacher in his words, and to him by his teacher in his words. This was a very, very long time ago, when the Elation were a strong people, and we could spend days riding the hot winds above the seas. We hunted fish then, and we were at war with the Merum, the Wet-tails. Akalis was one of the strongest warriors there was. His claws were sharp and long, his beak pointy, and his teeth strong. Akalis was admired by everyone in his clan, and because of this, he was cocky and arrogant. So one day, the teller of Akalis city asked him to perform a very important and very special duty, to bring a sacred jewel to the teller of an Elation town across the sea. This particular jewel was very important because it signified a union between the two towns, and it would benefit the people of both that it was delivered safely and promptly. Akalis grinned and told the teller that he would deliver the jewel both quickly and safely, and that she was not to worry. But the teller did worry, because Akalis was young and too sure of himself. But she wanted to test him, and to teach him that sharp claws, a pointy beak, and strong teeth are not all a warrior needs, that a warrior must also be wise and careful. So Akalis set out across the sea on his flight. It was on the 4th day that he spotted something in the water that caught his attention, and forgetting his duty and following his curiosity, Akalis dived towards the water to investigate. When he came closer, he saw that there were Merum in the water, foolishly hunting close to the surface, and Akalis saw an opportunity to again prove his might as a great warrior to his people, and to capture the fins of a few Wet-tails. But this time, Akalis' arrogance got the better of him, because the Merum had set a trap. As he dived towards the Merum with his claws, a spear shot up from the water to hit him. Akalis struck the water and dropped the jewel he was carrying, and it was all he could do not to drown. Akalis was bleeding, and the Merum were grabbing onto his wings and his legs, but he fought bravely, and finally he managed to escape. But even though he now lived, he was dead inside, because the shame of losing the sacred jewel would always be with him. Akalis could not return to his village, because he had neglected his duty to his teller and to his people, and so he went away to a small island where he could be alone. To himself and his people, Akalis now became the lost one.
He who had been on a sacred mission, but had failed in his arrogance. A year passed, and one day Achalas met with human traders from a ship that came close to his island. From the traders, Achalas heard speak of a hideous creature that lived in the sea, the Octowoe. The Octowoe was said to have a third eye, like a jewel, and that this eye pulled hapless sailors into its deadly eight-armed grasp. Achalas knew immediately that the Octowoe's third eye had to be the jewel that he lost in the sea a year ago, and he now saw the opportunity to redeem himself. But elation were not used to water, and the thought of submerging himself in the cold, harsh ocean chilled Achalas to his heart. But he was the lost one, and if in his death he could at the very least redeem himself, to his own heart then it would be worth it. So Achalas fashioned himself a spear, because in the water his claws and his beak would be too slow, and he flew out to where the Octowoe was last seen. And then Achalas dived into the sea. The dark water closed in on him, and his wings and legs went numb. But still Achalas kept pushing down until he saw the lair of the Octowoe. Spotting Achalas, the Octowoe attacked, and Achalas saw the monster's third eye, his sacred jewel, shining bright in the darkness, and his heart was filled with a sense of duty and courage that he had never felt before. But as he began fighting the eight-armed monster, Achalas realized that if he were to fight like he usually did, he would not stand a chance. He would have to think differently. And so Achalas tricked the Octowoe into following him through a tight chasm where the monster got stuck. And then he swam above it, and using his spear, tipped a rock on top of the Octowoe. Swimming back down again, the Octowoe was flailing helplessly. Now, almost out of air, Achalas took the sacred jewel from the Octowoe's head and swam back up. Finally, Achalas could deliver the sacred jewel to the town across the sea, and upon returning to his village, he went to the teller, bowed his head, and said, "Forgive me, teller, for in my arrogance I thought I could do everything. But I could not, and I became the lost one because of it." "You were lost," said the teller, "but you are no more. Because now you see the limits of your own strength, and you will know that a warrior must be careful and wise, in addition to being strong and fierce." This was the tale of C, and I told it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher.
Так, интересная история. Дальше-то что? Нужна еще одна.
Do you know one of the four tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Mine is the tale of winds, Windbringer. Do you wish to hear it?
Very much.
Then I shall tell it. This is the tale of winds, my tale, and I pledge to tell it in my own words, as told in turn by my teacher. In the village of Karan, in the mountains of tall winds, there lived a young Elatian woman named Iwana. Iwana had one desire above all others, to soar higher and farther than anyone else. And even though her wings were no broader, nor her body sleeker than anyone else's, she pursued this foolish desire without rest. And as time passed, she did soar higher, and she did fly farther than the other young Elation in her village, and her name became known far and wide amongst the tribes of the mountains of tall winds. But still, Iwana was not happy. She was not happy because, in her vanity, even though she was a better flyer than almost everyone else, and to her eyes, she was still not good enough. She wanted to be so much better than anyone else that she would be remembered for all time as the best flyer amongst all the elation. And so one day, Iwana decided to climb to the top of Mount Bakta'ana, the Tower of Light, and to soar from those giddy heights to the ends of the world. Her friends and her family pleaded with her not to, because every elation knew that to soar from such heights was dangerous, that at such heights the air was thin and the winds treacherous. But Iwana would not listen, and on a cold and clear morning she climbed up the Tower of Light to the rock and the ice at the very top. From there she could see to the ends of the world. And it brought tears to her eyes to know that now, finally, she would be greater and better than any elation before her. And so Iwana spread her wings and leaped off the mountain. Those who watched her from far below said that for a split moment Iwana soared, and she soared higher and farther than any elation before or since. But then the treacherous winds caught a hold of her, and the thin air made her plummet towards the ground, and to fall to her death amongst the rocks at the base of the mountain. In her vanity, Iwana could not see beyond her desire to be the very best. And vanity always stands to fall. That was the tale of winds, my tale, and I told it in my own words, as told to me in turn by my teacher.
Интересно. Так, ладно. Это надо запомнить.
So, Isam, that's your name, isn't it?
Yes, Isam of Tamar.
A good-looking guy like you must get a lot of attention from the girls, right?
Are you asking me for courtship?
Me? No. Wings don't do anything for me. No, I was just thinking, maybe you had your eye out for somebody special?
I'm without a mate. The women of Tamar are cold and unfriendly, and whenever I try to talk to one of them, she ignores me.
Huh. Even Nima?
Nima? No, she's too pretty for me. She won't appreciate my attention.
This is like high school. Trust me, Isam. You go talk to her one of these days, and I'm sure you'll find you have a lot in common. Just be yourself, okay?
You think so? Perhaps you are right. I will do as you say, Windbringer. Thank you.
Thanks for your help.
Так, ну что. Теперь на экзамен. На экзамен.
Are you ready for the questions now?
Давай.
Yes,
Давайте
ask
мне
me the
вопрос.
questions.
In the Tale of Winds, which mountain did Iwana fall from in her vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else?
Mount Bakta'ana, the Tower of Light.
That is correct. In the Tale of Stars, what did Mona see in the sky that helped her find her way home?
The spirits of 5 tellers.
That is correct. In the Tale of Sea, what creature did the Lost One battle in his quest to recover the sacred jewel?
The Octawo?
That is correct. My final question to you is this. In the Tale of Homecoming, what was given to Moran by his teller when he returned from his pilgrimage?
A broken pot, to teach him that absence may break a heart in two.
You have correctly answered all my questions, and so have proven your knowledge of the 4 tales. You are the Windbringer. The teller would see you presently.
Come closer, human. Closer. I cannot see your face. Closer still. Come sit here by me. There you are. You see, my eyes are not what they used to be. Ages ago, I could spot a ladybug crawling up a straw of grass from 15 tree lengths up. Now, I have a hard time seeing my supper. But my ears, balance be praised, my ears, they are as good as ever. I could hear you outside, learning the tales my children tell. You are a good listener and a fast learner.
They were interesting stories, and your people told them well.
That is what we do. The elation are the keepers of the tales, and I am their teller, the one who must know all the tales told since the day we came to this world.
How can you do that? How can you remember every story ever told?
Ну, я не думаю, что это
The
сложно.
secret is to tell them often and to tell them in your own words, not the words of your ancestors.
Doesn't that mean that the stories change with every
Соврать
generation?
можно.
Yes, as all tales must. Change is important. Otherwise, the tales will have no meaning to us. They will just be words, and we do not care about the words. We care about what the words tell us.
How long have your people been telling stories?
Since the beginning, human. Since we came to this world a long, long time ago.
You're not from Earth? From Arcadia?
Not according to our tales. We came on a great wind before the divide, when the earth was one and humans had yet to learn of magic and science. But we were a different people then, and the tales we tell from that time are vague and incomplete. Like myths and legends, the younger elation pay little attention to these tales. Sometimes I worry they will be lost with me, these tales, and I am getting old, very old.
I came to you to find answers to some important questions.
Ask, and I will try my best to answer.
Have you heard of an ancient god or dragon that lives beneath the sea?
Once, long ago, when my people lived in harmony with the Merim, there were stories of an old god worshipped by the Merim who resided deep in the darkest depths of the ocean. According to legend, the old god had once brought the Merim into their realm, into the ocean, and he was now sleeping, resting before the journey
Привет.
back.
Back where?
To a great ocean amongst the stars. When the time came, he would gather the Merim and bring them home with him, back to their world, to their ocean. Strangely enough, we have a similar tale. It is said that the great wind that brought us here will someday return to bring us back to a place where we can soar forever on warm winds.
Like heaven.
In a way, perhaps, but without the need for any of us to die. The great wind will just sweep us up and carry us away. Every evening before I go to sleep, I recite this tale to myself. It is a comforting one.
Кальбанчик недоаниматор. Да, извини, не прочитал твое имя. Да, привет еще раз. Да, такие вот у нас тут знаменитости. Вот. Добро пожаловать, кстати, да. Впервые вижу эту игру. Ну, слушай, этой игре много лет достаточно. Ей сколько она? С 99-го года. И это уже... Как это? Ну, не ремастер, а как это? HD переработанная немножко игра с помощью нейросетей.
What do you know about the Dryad kin?
Kin are numbered 4, or so our tales tell. 2 in this world, 2 in the other. The mirror world. The white and the blue, the red and the green.
Do you know where they are?
No, the tales never say. The kin are elusive. They keep to themselves. I have never seen one myself, and I doubt any of my kind has. The tales do say that our past and our future are tied to the fate of the kin, but how I would not pretend to know. This is one tale that has yet to be told.
Do you know anything about the Guardian's realm?
This is human business. Would you not know more than I?
Your people are the keepers of the tales. You remember more than humankind has forgotten. Please, I need to hear what you know.
That is very little. The Guardian's realm is home to the Guardian in his tower. No one is permitted within except the Guardian who was, the Guardian who is, and the Guardian who will be. And of course the Dryad kin, who were instrumental in its making.
Have you ever heard of the existence of a hidden entrance to his realm?
Oh, yes. Yes, I have heard tell of such a thing, though I would not know where it is. I gather that one of the kin may be able to tell you.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions.
I am glad I could help you with some answers.
I'm the Windbringer.
I know you are. It's strange to me to hear those words spoken. I did not think they would be in my lifetime. But here you are, standing in front of me as real as the sky is blue.
I'm sorry I have to ask, but what is it that the Windbringer is supposed to do for you?
I did not expect you to walk in here and have all the answers, child. The balance has both blessed you and cursed you, and it has sent you here to do.
Да, там
what it
есть,
wills.
кстати, это русская озвучка, но мы решили ее не
Is said to be the
включать.
first sign of the great wind that will take us away from here. For a long time, the elation have lost the strength they used to have. Our bones have become weak, and our wings fragile. Where we used to be able to soar for days on strong winds, we are now using our legs to walk rather than fly. Why this is, we do not know.
10 yen.
You know of the reason for this?
I'm just guessing, but it makes sense. Go on.
The tales also say that the Windbringer will unite us with our past and end the age-old strife.
I know. You must make peace and be reunited with the Merim. You share a common ancestry.
I have always thought we did. The tales were too similar, the signs clear. But my people, they will have a difficult time understanding why and how this can be.
If you don't, both the Elation and the Merim will die out. When war broke out between your people and you were forced to move up into the mountains, it compromised a precarious symbiosis. A substance called Tanyan was abundant where the Merim and the Elation lived in close proximity. It brought fish and heat and light to both your people. But now, living up in the mountains, your way of life, your diet, your customs and habits, they've all changed. And that's probably the cause of your brittle bones and fragile wings.
Then we must make peace with the Merim and restore the balance between us, so as to strengthen us both and prepare us for the journey that will surely come soon. When our sitting is over, I will speak to my people, and I will elect one representative from the Elation to meet with the Merim in the place of your choosing to open a dialogue.
I guess it's time for you to talk to your people and for me to make arrangements with the Merim.
Where do you wish for our meeting to take place, Windbringer?
You want me to decide? Well, I know. Send your ambassador down to the ancient caves by the beach. Inside, there are remnants of an old Elation settlement and a Merim city. It's a good place for your two people to meet, don't you think?
Yes. And could you ask if they would bring their half of the stone?
The stone? You have the other half?
We have held on to it for centuries, knowing that someday it would be of use to the Windbringer.
It will, trust me.
Then we must make haste and
Как
arrangements.
шпионы,
It is an important
половина
day,
камня.
so let us not waste light. Go and wait for my ambassador in the caves.
Да, сюжет, конечно, здесь лихой. Прям вот это вот то, что...
It's amazing. This place is so beautiful. And the scent of sea and rock and nest. This scent is of home. This was home a long, long time ago, according to the tales. We lived in peace with the with the Merum back then.
Now you'll be able to live in peace again. And with the Tanyan bringing fish to your doorstep, you'll be able to eat well and restore strength to your bones. Soon you might even be able to soar on the winds for days like you used to do.
I hope you are right, Windbringer. And I hope that the Merum will see the sense in it too. They are coming, are they not?
They said they would. Hush, I hear something.
We are here, Water Stiller, as was promised.
Good. Now, as representatives of your respective peoples, you, the Queen of Amiram City, and you, guard to the Elation Teller, must fulfill the prophecy and join the two parts of the one stone.
We hope that our peoples may be joined again, Elation, and that we may live in peace and prosper.
As do we, Merum, and we pledge to do all we can for this to happen. The stone is now whole, Windbringer, and the Elation and the Merum will once again be as one. You may take it with you.
Thank you. The both of you.
Come now, April, and we will take you to our sleeping god. May his wisdom guide you and lead you down the right path.
Так, мне теперь с богами еще общаться. А, она же может под водой теперь дышать, точно, я и забыл. Квесты есть, да. Не, спидраны это не жанр. Квест это классический point-and-click квест. То есть ходи, смотри, ищи предметы, применяй, диалоги, сюжет. Ух, ядрёнка, черышка, так.
Some kind of organic sensor. Feels more like a shell than a rock. I don't think it's a rock. I think it's alive.
Что мы можем к сенсору приложить? Так. Давайте дневник почитаем. Так. Суббота, день. Майорум и Латина вроде как должны снова жить дружно. Надеюсь, у них все получится. Они уже и так достаточно намучились. Хорошо, что я смогла помочь им узнать о своем прошлом и задуматься о будущем. Но вот я становлюсь такой сентиментальной. Ну разве это плохо? Я еле заставил этих чертей поговорить друг с другом. Можно и похвалиться немного. Теперь мне пора двигаться в логово спящего бога Майорум. Латины рассказали мне намного меньше, чем я ожидал, но, по крайней мере, дали второй камень. И я уверена, что этот бог, вернее, дракон, ответит мне на какие-то вопросы. Что-что, а это я заслужила. Вот. Пещерушцы. Это не пещера. Да-да-да. Звездные войны.
I'll save it for when I really need it. I'll save it for when I really need it. It's the second half of the piece of the stone disc entrusted to the Elation and the Merum a long time ago. It's the second half of the piece of the stone disc entrusted to the Elation and the Merum a long time ago. It's a large shell. I wonder how deep it goes and what it contains. It's a large shell. I wonder how deep it goes and what it contains. It's a large shell. It's a large shell. I wonder how deep it goes and what it contains. It's a large shell. I wonder how deep it... I'm so deep now, I really should have been crushed by the pressure, but I feel fine. Hello? Is anybody in there? Spooky. Well, I guess it's an invitation of sorts. There's air in here, and it's dry. I swear I'm never taking a bath again.
I know you. Do not be afraid. I know what you are.
You do?
Yes. Yes. What would you hear? I do not like to be disturbed. I wish to be left alone. I wish to rest until the day of ascension.
I'm sorry to disturb you, but I need some answers.
Everyone needs answers. Everyone has questions. I am not the oracle. I cannot answer all your questions.
I don't expect you to answer all of them, but I was hoping for an answer to at least some of them.
Then ask and be gone.
I need to know where I can find the gateway to the Guardian's realm.
So you come to me.
They told me, well, they as in the few people who could tell me anything at all, they told me that if anyone would know, it'd be you.
I know. When the earth was divided, there was a doorway left open where the tower was built.
But it's moved, hasn't it? That spot. When Stark and Arcadia were created, that spot moved somewhere else.
Into the sky. Amongst the stars.
But where?
I knew you were coming. Your journey has not been a quiet one. Even down here, I could hear you. I speak with the dark people. They are my messengers. They have prepared a map for you with the entrance you
are looking for.
You knew I was coming and why? Then, okay, I know this is probably a futile question, but why didn't you send the Dark People to me earlier? You could have saved me a lot of time and hard work.
You are afraid of time and hard work.
No, but it's the principle of it, isn't it?
No, it is not. You had prophecies to fulfill. You had a purpose. Bringing my children together in preparation. This was important. And for that, I thank you.
I'm looking for a jewel called the Dragon's Eye.
Yes. I have one such jewel.
I guess that's it.
Take it.
Are you sure?
Take it. It is yours now. It is part of your destiny.
Okay. Tell me if it hurts. What is the Day of Ascension?
The day when the kin return home. When my siblings come to me, and we rise toward the stars for our journey back to our cradle. This is the Day of Ascension.
So you're going back to wherever it is you came from?
We will, eventually, when everything is ready.
When what's ready?
I will not answer that question. It is not necessary for you to know.
What am I?
What do you mean?
You said you know what I am. What am I?
You do not know. Then it is not I who should teach you about your heritage. You must make this discovery on your own.
Listen, I'm tired. I'm wet. I'm at the bottom of the sea and I'm breathing with the help of a polyp stuck in my esophagus. So just cut the Buddhist bullshit about a journey of self-discovery and answer my question. Please?
Понял.
Your question has already been answered. That is all I will tell you. Your journey began with an answer. It is only now that you know the question.
That's so not helpful, but thank you.
Now, I wish to sleep.
You said something about a map?
The Dark People have it. They will meet you. I will bring you to them.
What? Now?
Yes. Hold on.
Thanks for taking me on board.
Who are you?
Oh, well, I thought you... I mean, didn't the old dragon... Well, I'm April Ryan, from Stark, and I guess you're a dark person.
But who are you?
I'm just a student. Not anybody special.
You are special. Who are you?
I'm not. I'm just... I'm the Windbringer. I'm the Water Stiller. I'm April Bondu Mbata of the Banda and the Venar Kangang La. I'm a shifter. I will someday become the 13th Guardian, the protector of the balance. And I'm April Ryan. This is who I am.
Yes, that is who you are. And you are a wave.
The ancient dragon, the blue of the Drake kin, told me you had a map for me.
A map of stars, yes. It was made for you in our library and given to me to hold. It is yours now. Keep it well. It is the only one.
А копию нельзя сделать, что ли?
I'm looking for an ancient stone given to you by the Sentinel, the Fathers.
You came for the stone. Of course we have it with us. Our ship would not have been chosen to meet you were it not for the stone we carry with us.
Everybody's just waiting around for me to show up, so that they can give me stuff. Who knew adventuring was going to be this easy?
It will not always be so easy. Of that I can assure you. But here is our stone. We entrust it to you, as we were instructed to do when the Fathers first entrusted it to us.
Колебанчик, приходи еще. Следующий стрим будет в субботу, а вообще ты ж подписался, так что будут и ролики.
You play an important part in the cosmos. A wave is someone who propels people and events toward change, towards the future.
And that's what I do?
You are a wave. There are ripples from your passing, and they spread wide and far. Those ripples will never die down. The worlds will be changed by your journey.
You're telling me that everything I do affects the universe?
You cannot escape it. You are a wave.
Can this ship take me back to Marcuria? I mean, would you mind?
We will bring you to Marcuria henceforth. It will take the night, but we will be there at first light.
That's fine. Thanks a lot.
You are free to rest here, to sleep, while we travel. The flames will keep you warm, but do not move too far away. My brothers are not friendly with outsiders. They do not take kindly to intrusion.
I'll keep that in mind. I'm staying right here.
Good. Sleep.
Глава 9. Тени.
Did you sleep?
Very comfortably, thanks. Where are we?
In the Marcuria harbor.
But there are barely any ships here.
I do not know why. We must leave you here. We have other business. Carry your wave into the future, April.
Whatever that means, I'll try. Where did all the ships go? They're gone. This can't be a good sign. I mean, duh. The city looks strangely quiet and deserted. And the sky, those are not ordinary clouds. They look more like smoke. What's going on here?
Так, дневник. Так, древний дракон, спящий бог мэров, говорил одними загадками. Впрочем, как и все существа, которых я повстречал на этой неделе. Но, по крайней мере, дал мне один камень и пообещал отвести к темному народу. Этот народ даст мне карту звезд, на котором означен вход в владение стражи. И как интересно, я должна подняться к самым звездам. Ну ладно, об этом завтра подумаю. А пока моя голова забита тем, что сказал мне дракон насчет того, кто я на самом деле. Он сказал, что мое путешествие началось с ответа, а вопрос я узнал только сейчас. Если честно, я ничего не понимаю. Ответ, похоже, лежит у меня прямо перед носом, но я никак не могу его ухватить. И это очень плохо, скажу я вам. 6 августа, воскресенье, раннее утро. Откуда только в Аркадии столько странных и загадочных людей? Кажется, на каждого нормального, это в самом широком смысле этого слова, человека приходится 5 или 6 странных, непонятных, малохольных существ, которые очень медленно говорят вещи «кто ты?» или «я вижу твой путь, Эйприл, и он нелегок», или «это судьба». Блин, давайте уже скажите что-нибудь новенькое. Все эти разглагольствования у меня в печенках сидят. Я вообще мне нравится... Мне понравился темный народ. Они немного пугающие, все такие готичные, но зато дали мне то, что я хотела. Карту звезд и третий кусок диска. И самое главное, они не балаболили 3 часа о судьбе и прочей дряни. И даже отправили меня назад в Меркурию. Маркурию, наверное, правильно. Где я худо-бедно ориентируюсь. И вот только город какой-то пустой и темный. Что-то здесь тряслось.
I know that sound. And I know that vortex. Shit! Cortez must have found me, and just in the nick of time, too.
Так.
God, that was close.
Мы вернулись куда?
What caused that shift to open just in time? It has to be Cortez. Finally.
Hello? Anybody there?
Здравствуйте. Нет, это не Кортес, это какой-то мужик, этот опять священник.
Who's there?
It's just me.
April, it's good to see you again.
Так, читаем дневник. Воскресенье утро, снова в Старке, в старом добром Нью протяну. Вот опять появилась эта штука, хаосный вихрь. Я говорю, опять, потому что один раз я уже видел такой вихрь. Я думала, это мне только снилось. Нет. Ну нет, так вот, вихрь не только вернулся и погнался за мной, он еще и вырос. Но, к счастью, по воле судьбы, или уж скорее Кортез, открылся портал и меня закинуло прямо в собор. Ну и ладно, в общем-то. Хотя он мог бы сделать это и пораньше. Я и так закончил почти все дела в Аркаде, разве что не нашла 4-й кусок диска и 2-й камень. Кортез мог бы иногда притаскивать меня домой, чтобы я хоть переоделась. Ну, конечно, в трусах-то каждый раз туда-сюда бегать. Так. Здрасте.
Father Raoul, where is Cortez? I thought he'd be here.
I haven't seen Cortez for a week, and it worries me. He usually stops by once every few days.
When did you last see Cortez?
It must have been, I think it was last Sunday. Exactly 1 week today. He's been gone longer than that before, but this time
What?
This time I have a feeling there's something wrong. I don't like that feeling.
Is there anything you're not telling me, Father Raoul?
I don't know what you,
Yes, you do. You're no ordinary priest. You know about Stark and Arcadia, about the balance, and I'm sure you know a lot more about Cortez than you're willing to let on.
How did you...
I heard you and Cortez talking last Sunday, and it scares me. And pisses me off to think that you're using me, that you're keeping things from me. I thought for sure that I could trust Cortez, but as it turns out, I can't. I was hoping to confront him with this, but he's not around, and you're part of it too, aren't you?
April, you have to trust me when I tell you.
Sorry, I can't trust anybody anymore. There's so much at stake, and I don't know who to trust, Father. Please, tell me what you know.
I'm sorry, April. I mean, I'm sorry you don't feel like you can trust anyone anymore, and I'm sorry that I don't know more than I do. But I will try to answer your questions honestly and openly as much as I can.
Who is Cortez?
What do you mean?
The way people react when I mention his name, the fact that he seems to have been alive for a very long time, and that he knows as much as he does. Who is he?
It's funny, but I've been asking that very same question myself many, many times. Who is this man? He's old, yes, and powerful. He has strong magic, but he rarely lets on exactly how strong he is. He prefers to be considered eccentric, crazy even. They are both excellent disguises.
You still haven't answered my question about Cortez.
That's because I cannot answer. I just don't know. He found me when I first came here. You see, I'm not just a Catholic priest. I'm also a sentinel, a minstrel.
You're a minstrel?
Yes, do you find that strange?
How can you belong to two religions at the same time?
Belief in the balance and belief in God are not mutually exclusive. The Sentinel Order was founded on the basis of protecting the balance, not to worship a higher power. As long as our devotion to whatever God we believe in doesn't conflict with our duty to the balance, and vice versa, who is to say we can't work in the best interest of both?
I guess. I just always thought of the Sentinel as its own faith.
It is a faith, but a faith in something less than God, yet more than magic or the laws of nature. The balance was created by someone, was it not?
I don't know.
Nor do I. But I believe. I have faith. That's enough.
What did you mean when you said Cortez found you?
One day, he came to visit me here. He knew who I was, that I was a minstrel, and that I was devoted to restoring the balance as well as to my God. We soon became good friends. He was very worried about the imminent collapse of the balance, yet told me that he was waiting for someone special, someone who might be able to help us.
Me?
Yes. He waited for a long time for you to show up, and when you did, it was hard for him trying to convince you that he wasn't crazy. I guess his disguise was too good. I don't know much more than that. Cortez tells me very little, only that you're the key to the survival of the balance. I can only assume that you're the new guardian?
That's what I've been told. Not by Cortez, of course.
No. I understand your frustration, but I cannot help you any more than I have. If there's anything at all.
Thanks, Father. But you've done enough.
It feels like I've done nothing. But God be with you, and the balance too.
How did you become a Sentinel Minstrel?
The Sentinel are not numerous in Stark. Not yet. Not with the Vanguard, the Church of Voltec, keeping a watchful eye and striking down anyone who dares to proclaim their faith in the balance. But the Sentinel are here, and when they find someone who they believe will be sympathetic to their cause, they approach them. That's what happened to me.
They asked you to join?
No. They told me the truth. I was studying theology at the time, and I found scriptures that challenged conventional wisdoms, made me question the validity of my faith. But once I learned the truth about the balance and the Guardian and the ongoing war with the Vanguard, it became easier to believe in God again, because now things made sense. And so, in the end, I chose to become not only a priest, but a minstrel, and I don't regret my decision.
Have you ever been to Arcadia?
No, I'm not a shifter. I'm stuck here, unfortunately. I don't mind. I've been fortunate enough to read most of the scriptures of the balance, and that in itself is a rare privilege for a Starker like me.
I don't have any more questions right now.
If you do, please ask. I want to help, and that's the truth.
How are things here?
You mean in the cathedral?
No, I mean here in Newport. How have things been going?
Nothing out of the ordinary. Why? Have you been away?
You could say that, yeah.
It's just been hot and humid, and is getting worse by the day. And apparently crime is on the rise. But what else is new?
Can I ask you some more questions?
Always, April.
I don't have any more questions right now.
Хочу задать
If you
вопросов,
do,
нет.
please ask. I want to help, and that's the truth.
I have to run, Father.
I hope to see you again soon, April. Please take care of yourself. And if you see Cortez, tell him to see me. Tell him that I've been worried.
Так. Куда мне ломиться-то теперь надо? Отец Рауль говорит, что Кортеса не видно вот уже целую неделю, как раз с тех пор, как я послушал их разговор. Плохая новость. И значит, сюда меня притащил не Кортес, а кто-то еще. Стоп. Я же видел сон несколько дней назад. Там Кортеза упихали в какую-то машину. Я точно помню. Я решил, что это был просто кошмар. Но... А вдруг это было видение? Очень может быть. Но где же теперь? Где же он теперь? Кто его схватил? Да голову. А все и все остальное на отсечение, что это дело рук авангарда. Срочно домой узнать, что как. Ну, значит, домой.
I really should go home and change into something that doesn't make me look like a medieval restorationist.
А рисовать мы не будем. Нам сдавать вообще-то картину надо было. Так-то не. Блин, а вот теперь я понимаю, кого она тут изобразила.
It's Emma's contribution to the exhibition. I have no idea what it is, and neither, apparently, does she. But it
Конечно.
looks absolutely beautiful.
Уже не до картин. Не, ну как, всегда надо... Работа есть работа. Как мне родители говорили, умри, но уроки делай.
Not today.
Ну, извините.
I'll just leave my brush and easel here before I go.
Да, это мейн-рум, походу. Вот эти вот подводные чубрики. Так, что в итоге тут мы что-то насобирали? Камень темного народа. Вместе с этим камнем. Камень туда. Камень банд.
It's obviously a map of constellations, and that cross must be where the gateway to the Guardian's realm is located. Where that is, I have no idea.
Ладно, будем разбираться потом. Ладно.
The annual VAVA summer exhibit. August. Need model to pose nude for serious work. Film equipment for sale. Antique 16mm camera, projector, tripod, lenses, all for just, holy cow, $8,000? Who has $8,000 to spend on an old camera? Wait a second. This was posted by Zach. Oh, so it's definitely overpriced then. That guy would do anything to make money. Anything.
А чё такое?
What's going on here?
April, run! Get out of here!
Why? What's the...
Run, April, now!
I wouldn't listen to her if I were you. Move over there. I said move!
Кто это?
Emma, who's this man? Tell me what's going on. Who are you? What do you want?
He's just following orders, Miss Ryan. He's just a servant. My servant. I was hoping you would join our little party. You're a very difficult person to find, Miss Ryan. A very difficult person to find.
What are you doing to my friends?
If you cooperate, nothing. Nothing permanent, at any rate. But if you make this any harder than it has to be, I will have your friends shot. All of them.
What do you... Do I know you? I know you. I've seen your face somewhere.
My name is Halloway. Gordon Halloway. I work for Jacob McAllen, who I am certain you have heard of, yes. He runs the Church of Voltec, also known as the Vanguard. He has been insisting on meeting you, Miss Ryan. Of course, we were not sure who you were at first, but we knew we would find you in Venice. You did give us a run for our money, I must admit. Your shift a week ago today made it a lot easier. But then you decided to stay out of town for a while. Smart. Coming back, though, was rather stupid.
Where's Cortez?
Cortez? He has been disposed of. He was meddling. Not at all acceptable behavior from a man of his stature. He simply had to go. He kept telling all the secrets, and that is not how we play this game.
What do you want from me?
We want you, and what you carry with you. We have our connections in Arcadia. We know of your journey north. Good job on our friend Mr. Klax, by the way. Good job. Very impressive. Of course, not to mention the fine work you did on that Gribbler creature. She was not very cooperative. She just refused to listen to reason. But she was a twisted old girl, and we respected that. Unfortunately, we lost track of you once you set out to sea. The Tyran are not very comfortable with water, and so there was no chance of sending anyone after you. However, with your good fortune and, shall we say, good breeding, I am certain you brought some valuable items back with you. I would expect no less from a bright and industrious girl such as yourself. So, give me what you have and let us be done with this nasty business. I will let your friends go, and then you and I go on a little trip.
Путешествие. Петушествие, блин.
There's nothing I have that you could possibly want.
Leave that decision to me, Miss Ryan. Just hand it all over, and we can let these fine people return to their pathetic little lives. You have caused them enough pain, yes? But first, we still need to teach you and your friends
Да ладно, вы угораете, что ли, сейчас?
Shoot that one.
Emma!
What the hell is going on?
Вы что, угораете? Ни хрена себе история. 5 августа, воскресенье, раннее утро. Они убили Эмму, застрелили ее. И неизвестно, где теперь Микки и Фиона. Зака тоже пристрелили, но... По этой твари я плакать не стану. На всех нас заложило все из-за меня. Это я во всем виноват. Я втянул в это моих друзей. Теперь Эмму убили. И, может быть, всех остальных тоже. Я не знаю, что мне делать и что думать. Я просто ничтожество. Ненавижу себя. С другой стороны, разве я могла поступить по-другому? Вы все оказались замешаны в этом. Блин, я не знаю, как это назвать. Во всей этой гадости, конечно, все кончится. Может, тогда, когда я приму свою судьбу и стану стражем, может быть, тогда все это кончится. Но я не... Ох, выбора у меня нет. Если я все брошу, получится, что я умерла ни за что. Нужно идти дальше. Сейчас это еще нужнее, чем раньше. Так Зак же вот он стоит.
Get out of my way, Zach!
Where are you going, April? Don't you know the game's up?
What game, Zach? They're trying to kill me. They just shot Emma.
Who did?
The agents, the Vanguard.
But they said they weren't really gonna hurt nobody. They were just gonna...
They said? What do you mean? You spoke with them?
No, I mean, they were just gonna arrest you and...
You bastard! You sold me out? You killed Emma? Do you know that? You killed my best friend!
I didn't...
Zach, are you... Shit!
Open up! If you don't open, we'll break down the door. Let's do it. Take it down.
Oh, God, this is not gonna be fun, but I don't have a choice. Close your eyes, April! Oh, shit! Ah!
Who's there? I know somebody's there. I can hear you. Nah, probably just a sewer rat.
Sewer rat?
Жесть вообще.
I got my body back. That was a close call, though. If I'd been caught, don't want to think about what would have happened.
Был ли тут выбор, интересно?
What's that? The mystery door. It's open.
Ничего себе.
I'm guessing... I'm pretty sure, actually. I'm not in Venice anymore. Now I know how Alice and Dorothy felt.
Welcome, April Ryan.
I won't ask how you know my name. But who are you?
The Lady Elvane is my name now.
And where am I? What's this place?
This is my home, the house of all worlds.
This is Arcadia? It looked like I passed through a shift, but it didn't feel... It felt different. Not like shifting.
It's similar to shifting, except that you did not pass through dreams, and you're not in Arcadia, nor in Stark. This place is between and everywhere. But don't worry. You are safe from your pursuers, for the moment.
Did you bring me here?
You brought yourself here. But yes, I opened a doorway for you.
Why?
Because that's how the story goes, April. You escape. You outrun your pursuers, and your journey continues. It's been written, and we cannot change that now.
Lady Elvane, I appreciate your help, but I'm so tired of hearing about my destiny and about prophecies. I've lost a good friend today, and...
She's not dead.
What? What did you say?
Emma's not dead. She was hurt, but not killed.
Oh, thank God. Are you sure?
I'm quite certain. She is on her way to the hospital as we speak. But the others, Charlie, Fiona, they're angry at you. They blame you for Emma's pain and for not letting them in on the truth.
They should blame me. I brought it all to them. The violence, the chaos. I've hurt so many people since this all started. And yet, at the time, it all seemed justified.
It was. The fate of the many depend on the sacrifice of the few. Your sacrifice most of all. You've made so many, and you'll have to make many more before this is all over.
Will it ever be over?
Eventually. The pain won't go away, though. You'll keep that with you forever.
I don't know if I can go on. It's so hard.
Listen to me, April. You must go on. You must be brave. They all depend on you. And you can do it. You can get through this. Just remember what's important and what's not. Remember who your friends are and trust them. Let them help you.
I already did that, and look where it got them.
So, somebody gets hurt. That doesn't mean you can give up. I want you to go to Mercuria, to see for yourself how those who are not willing to surrender are holding up. You can learn from their courage.
I can't go there. I can't shift. People tell me I have this talent, but it's not true. If I can't use it, what good is it?
But you have used it twice already. April, child, you must learn to believe in yourself and your abilities. Use what you know, what you do best, to focus your magic.
What I do best? You mean painting?
If that's what you do best, then yes. Use that as a focal point. After a while, you won't even need that. But it's a beginning.
What about the other things I have to do? What about the Guardian?
The Vanguard are holding Adrian, the Guardian, captive. But they still don't know where the entrance to the Guardian's realm is located.
Shouldn't I free Adrian immediately?
Go first to Mercuria. The doorway will bring you there. If you go straight back to Stark, the Vanguard will find you.
Thanks, Lady Alvane. I'm not going to ask you how you know everything you just told me, because I'm not sure I want to know.
Good luck on your journey ahead, April. I will keep my fingers crossed for you.
Maybe I'll see you again.
Oh, I'm quite certain of that. Quite certain.
Глава 10. Перерождение. Так, давайте, наверное, на этом остановимся. Вот, потому что час поздний. Мне еще смотреть Дарконов. Вот, а вам, надеюсь, завтра не идти в школу и не в институт. Вот. Я надеюсь, вам не ходить никуда, потому что мне не идти. Вот. Сейчас, минуточку. Вот, короче говоря, да, дорогие друзья, в общем, такие пироги на сегодня, да, сегодня стрим короткий, я сегодня поздно начал, но что поделать, такие пироги. Вот, в общем-то, я надеюсь, что вы интересно провели эту среду, это лето, которое уже закончилось, у нас уже официально осталось, кто в моем часовом поясе, сентябрь, 1 число. Поздравляю все это. Всех вот этих вот студентиков. Вот, в следующий раз можно добить. Может быть, добьем. Может быть, добьем. Вот, все зависит от того, в каком я буду состоянии. Неделя тяжелая. У меня... Я сам учусь теперь. И посмотрим. Но вроде как этот курс недельный, поэтому я надеюсь, что мы добьем, закончим. Я обязательно расскажу вообще как-нибудь отдельно, что это и с чем это едят, и зачем это было мне нужно. Вот. Тем не менее, дорогие друзья, всем спасибо. ВХСнику отдельное спасибо за то, что пришел, за то, что составил мне компанию. Вот. Подписывайтесь на канал ВХСника, пишите комментарии, поддерживайте его на Бусти, становитесь доном в сообществе ВК. Ну и мне можете тоже подписаться, стать доном. Мне тоже будет приятно. Вот. Все, всем пока, всем спокойной ночи. Вот, с 1 сентября вас, с осенью.